Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, comic fans of all ages, welcome to part 2 of Suicide Squad discussion, starring... well,
not Sally.
Fire Engine Red.
Not Sally.
Sally. No,
Dang.
Shirley.
Shirley.
Yes.
Not Shirley. Don't call me Shirley.
And Red Shirt Dude. I always die every episode.
I was going to say, are you going to be dead?
Yeah.
So, since this is part 2, we're going to repeat a little bit more. We're going to have spoilers. And we quite possibly may have a little foul language. So get your ears ready for a little discussion.
So, quick recap of part 1, in case you didn't actually watch it and you're just tuning in because you love my Flash shirt. We talked about June Moon, Rick Flag, Killer Croc, Deadshot, Katana, Boomerang, Diablo, Slipknot, and Amanda Waller. We covered all those characters in the first part because that's they dominated the first part of the actual movie.
Well, that was the Suicide Squad in general.
Yeah, that was the squad. But this time...
Off and on.
Off and on. We're going to talk about Joker and Harley Quinn, who has been most of the debate about this movie anyway.
Now, first things first, the actress that played Harley was phenomenal.
Margot Robbie.
If we got a little bit more of the higher pitch accent, would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But she did get a little bit of the New York in her.
Yeah.
So there's something in that. But other than that, her acting was great.
Yeah, I don't have much to say in the way of her portrayal. I think the way she actually pulled off Harley Quinn on the screen was great. I have a little bit of an issue, like you said, with the voice pitch and the actual costume. Like, I think it's bullshit that, like, such a massive character, I don't care, whatever,
he said massive.
has to pander, like, to teenage jerk-offs in the corner.
Basically, Hollywood sex sells, we understand this, and we're both kind of feminists.
Yeah, and that's... like, I understand that's
although
how business
she's sexy
works.
as hell, I'm just gonna... she's hot.
Yeah, that's fine.
But she could pull the hotness off without the hot pants.
Exactly! Like, you don't need to have thigh-high shorts on to pull off your attractiveness.
As I explained to Matt, I said we've got in here, I've got Harley Quinn, there's this right here. I think what they're trying to do with the hot pants is when she's roller derby Harley.
Roll the derby Harvey.
Yeah.
My name is Harvey!
I'm so glad I'm not drunk. No. So I think that's where they're going with that, although, like you said, there's no uniformity to what she's wearing.
Like, she's wearing a shirt that says Daddy's Little Monster and some hot pants. Like, there's no purpose for that. There's not.
They did show a little bit of stuff as nice little Easter eggs to us.
Exactly. Like, there was a pretty good montage for Easter eggs, but at the same time, like, they could have still...
They had her gun.
Yeah, they had her gun. Whatever.
She used it.
She used it a lot, actually, which is surprising. But they could have given her, like, I don't know, a pair of yoga pants with that classic print on it. Something.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, there are plenty of ways they could have gone. Okay, because one of the fight scenes in New York where she's jumping around, all you see is her ass cheeks. That's all you see. I'm just like...
She's got a nice firm butt. But
that's not the point.
That's what we're trying to say. Is that if you're going in for it, you're going in for the movie, and I think it should be secondary.
Yes.
Of visual appearance, which, as we know, Hollywood is a society. If this was someone who was not super sexy, would not have played the character.
Yep.
But if it was a guy's character, they do not care how ugly the person is. And that's just how it goes. And we know how it is. We hate
armor
it.
And sweet shit everywhere. But chicks get this. Like, come on. Like, even in MMOs, it's fucking stupid.
It is.
You'll have this big-ass, bulky piece of armor sitting on a shelf. You'll go pick it up, and it's a bra. Like, bro, come on. What the fuck?
Yeah. So,
death is not gender exclusive. Neither should armor.
So this is one of our big beefs about Harley. Is that they've done that. They said that this entire movie, as much as it is, it shouldn't pander to just sexuality.
Yeah, it shouldn't. And I've seen a lot of movies, like, just in the past couple of years that are based on, you know, things from that kind of world, you know. And it's fine, except for when it becomes a bigger property. And then it's just like, okay, the bigger production company we are, the less clothes she has to be wearing. Why? Because sex sells, kid, and we gotta sell sex.
Now, something else I am actually interested in that DC may have done decent was their portrayal of Wonder Woman in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, and even her costume there was a big point of contention.
But you have to remember what she wore on television.
That's true. Yeah.
So they're not really changing up too much.
Yeah, see, I don't really care about Wonder Woman that much because that's what her costume normally has been anyway.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. She can get away with it because
there's barely been any variation with her costume anyway. You know, but with Harley Quinn, like, her most popular costume was the Jester costume.
Right.
And that got kind of thrown away a couple of years ago for this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it
changes depending on who's writing for that character.
It also changed as the people were getting older who were originally watching, which, as people who are Harley fans know, that Harley got introduced in the Batman animated series.
Yes.
She never was on the page until after that.
Yep.
So that created her not.
And she was never intended to be as big as she was.
But people started loving her.
Yep.
And then they kind of had the hots for her, and I think that's what happened with the sexualization of her. Is that they're like, this is my Harley, I want to see her in this. I think that's where it went, because she's a great character.
She's a great character, even fully clothed. Like, why not just stick with that?
And we'll talk about Joker, about your thoughts on Joker first, but another thing we need to do is about their relationship.
Yeah.
That there's a big issue with their relationship because we know that Joker has no feelings. He is a complete sociopath.
And this right here actually feeds into one of my Joker theories.
Right, and we'll go.
Yes.
I said we'll go into that, but this movie gives Joker feelings for her.
Yes.
He actually cares for her,
yes.
And in actuality, all he is doing is using her. He's her puppet master. But I think they're trying to make fans happy, and they need a relationship somewhere. They need the love. They need to have a reason for her to be doing what she's doing.
I mean, but there's already a relationship in the movie, so this one is kind of just like secondary, in my opinion.
But this is what they're doing with that.
Excuse me.
But I also think that they are kind of backpedaling on the Stockholm Syndrome issue. In a way where, you fall in love with your captor.
I'm actually really upset about that because that was one of the defining characteristics of that relationship.
Oh yes, no, exactly. But that's what this movie is doing.
And to take that away from something as iconic as Joker and Harley Quinn backslaps the fans.
But it's really, okay, from what I'm gathering, from reading from friends, people, and if you have your say and you want to have your say on it, go for it. But there's a couple things that I've come in about, and people were getting worried because it's too abusive. And that's exactly what the Joker and Harley relationship is abusive.
And it's been like that for decades.
Correct. But they were trying to minimize it.
They're trying to tone things down.
To not upset. Going
in the future. But at the same time, you're retconning all of the history between those two characters. Stockholm Syndrome between Joker and Harley. She's a therapist. So the fact that she doesn't realize what's going on
means he's that good.
Makes it that much more interesting because she is a therapist. She should have known better. A psychiatrist, so she knows what's going on but doesn't realize it. That's why people were so infatuated by that story, because she should have known what was going on from the start.
Right.
So taking that out,
it makes him more of a villain by doing that.
Yeah, it vilifies him even more, but it doesn't make the connection between them any stronger. It doesn't. It's just you're flooding the pool with nonsense.
They gave a romance that was traditionally one-sided.
Yeah.
And Harley always will do anything she will for Joker. But Joker, he wouldn't do what he does in this movie.
Nope.
He just wouldn't. As we go on that, speak.
Okay, 3 Joker theories. My number 1 Joker theory, actually, this is, I guess this would be number 3 on the importance scale. So going upwards, that this Joker isn't the actual Joker. This is someone pretending to be the Joker.
And that is?
Because he doesn't act the way the Joker does. He pretends to actually, I guess pretend is a strange word in this scenario, but he cares for Harley, whereas the previous Jokers just thought she was someone to be used like a tool, like she said earlier.
He's not a true sociopath.
Yeah, he's not truly, like he's actually there. Like, he knows what he's doing. And the Joker would just do things because he wanted to. He didn't put any forethought into it. He was he was just like this crazy person who would just kind of go into the world and just blow things up or
I'm bored, so let's get Batman riled up. That's pretty much what the Joker does.
That's the Joker. But this Joker, like, actually plans things. and he never actually had plans this
Joker plans. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, he went with the whole club scene with Common. Well, I don't even know his character, and I apologize. At least I know the actor.
Yeah, I don't know who that
or
was supposed to be
rapper.
either.
But he does this to get the game. He gets to get people.
Yeah.
When the Joker, the real Joker, people
are
coming with me or not, you're going to follow me or not, I don't care.
He would just take over other people's territory without even saying anything. Like, he would just go and kill someone's leader and be like, alright, you guys work for me now. Like, alright, boss.
And this is something that I've brought up. And this is something that I know I've had, I wouldn't say discussion, but I was hearing that I don't quite see it as that. He's wearing too much bling.
Yeah.
He's playing all that, and I say, personally, I think that he's doing what it takes to get what he needs. He is not actually materialistic.
And this feeds into, I guess, this is kind of like my main theory about the Joker.
Right.
This Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, is actually Jason Todd, who got his ass beat, almost killed by the Joker. And since he's actually in my head, he's taking over for that Joker, the original Joker is dead.
Okay, so he's taking over, and you're meaning taking over as in he has stepped into place. He's not pretending to be the Joker. He actually thinks he's the Joker.
He thinks he's the Joker because the previous Joker is no longer doing anything. He's left town. He's skipped. Because we've heard about in BVS where Batman said he's had a history of psychotic people dressing up in clown outfits.
Right.
So
an
we've
epidemic.
talked
It's
about
a
the Joker. Exactly. We've talked about that before, and we have the one Robin costume hanging up in his Batcave, So there's already some kind of story there, and I think this Joker is just playing a part in the full story the rest of the DC movies are going to tell us. Because this Joker we have now isn't acting like any kind of Joker we've ever seen, by any comparison. And actually, if you check out MatPat's video on the Film Theorist, which I'm going to send a link down below so you can read it as well, or watch it as well. It's his comparison between this Joker, Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, and Heath Ledger. As if this Joker is the same as one of those three. And he explains it. It's all a kind of big clusterfuck of details. But yeah, I think the Joker we have now in Jared Leto is actually Jason Todd taking up the Joker mantle because the previous Joker skipped town or was killed.
And to say that, knowing that it is that, Jared Leto actually did a well performance.
Yes.
For that.
Yes.
So, if you have
taking that into account,
exactly.
If you think that this,
it's not the Joker you were expecting.
Yes.
This is one of the possible reasons because he did a great job of performing that.
So if you think about that theory as being true, this theory makes his performance amazing as a brand new Joker that we haven't seen before. But if you think it's any kind of continuation as the Joker crown,
it would make no sense.
You're going to be kind of let down because this Joker kind of feels like a pretender.
But then knowing Leto, he's a method actor just like Ledger was, so it would actually make sense if he obsessed over a specific Joker.
Yeah. So okay, just like in the Batman Beyond, that was kind of a Joker virus going around, or a DNA implant, something like that. And anyway, someone in that cartoon became the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And he was completely different from his actual normal counterpart, but he referenced a lot of the same thing Jared Leto referenced as far as behavior.
So you had those tales.
Yeah, those tales. So the Joker Jared Leto portrays is a lot like the Joker from Batman Beyond. A lot like it. But that's because I watched that cartoon growing up, so. But, yeah. So there's the Joker pretend theory and the, was Jason Todd. So two theories. Guess it kind of blended together.
You had said possible three. Was there a third one, or are we making this third one up?
No. I mean, there was a third one, but I kind of just blended two together.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure on that one. So, our basic breakdown on thoughts. Harley and Joker. Harley and Joker in the movie, phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're not what you expect them to be.
No, not by any standard.
But take them how they are. Actually, her personality is Harley's personality.
Yeah, her personality is all there. I'm not going to deny that at all.
But his personality, if you go on theory, is all there. But if it's not part of that theory, then he studied the wrong Joker.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit more emotional.
There's an entire rainbow of Jokerness going on in one character. It feels like he's trying to capture all the best parts of other Jokers.
Which is a possibility.
But with my theory, I think it makes a lot of sense because he's trying to portray a lot of the best crime bosses of Gotham City while being his own crime boss.
Right.
Does that make sense?
He was literally he was doing the crime boss thing.
Yeah, he felt like a lot of, not Maroni. Roman Sionis.
Oh, I was going to say what?
Because Sionis was just always tossing money everywhere. Always. No matter what he did, and he was just like, okay, I can buy this, boom. And like with Joker's golden jacket and his teeth and his tattoos, like it just felt like he was imitating all of Gotham's best criminals.
But that's why I was saying that I think that was just for him to get what he wanted. That may not necessarily been what he originally was doing.
I understand that, and I see what you're saying, but from a personal perspective, even seeing all the Jokers that I've seen, that doesn't make any sense, especially in the way DC makes its villains. It just doesn't make any sense.
But you gotta remember...
From a personal perspective, that's all.
But you gotta remember, DC does not have a big say as much as they should.
I mean, I get that. I understand that. But
so that's what DC...
Yeah, you have your theories, I have mine.
Right.
But I don't personally agree with your theory. Done.
Washed.
Tell me what you think about my Joker theories, 1 and 2, about Jason Todd being it, or Jared Leto's Joker being the new but same Joker, if that makes sense. Tell me in the comments below and we'll talk about it.
I think that wraps up our Harley Joker not love fest thing.
Yeah, I'm still kind of just pissed about it. But hey.
I'm not as pissed, but I get everything.
Yeah.
So, Jen out.
I love tacos.